If one cannot answer the following question, then I imagine that he has some thinking to do. Why does one sin? What is the impetus and causation for a chet? If we all are present and understand the idea consciously that there's a creator, we have a soul, this world is all the Almighty's, and we want to sing Kumbaya in the future paradise Olam Haba with the righteous in our families, and we want to live a life that is elevated with Torah and mitzvah. So how is it possible practically and consciously to give it all up for some bacon, for some app, for some insert your own sin and, God forbid, indulgence? How is it possible practically? Chazal tell us. Chazal, in trying to decipher the puzzle of the wayward wife, this sota who has given up everything that she has, her relationship with her family, her kids, her shalom bayis, everything that she stands for, and she's thrown it away because of this nasty habit of hanging out with some other person's spouse. How could she do it? Why? What is the driving force for sin? Chazal tell us that a person never sins. Listen to the wisdom. Unless nechnas by ruach shtus. He's infected. He's overcome with a ruach shtus, the winds of stupidness, temporary idioticness, short-term drunkenness. It's this driving force, this powerful feeling of I need to sin and do this and indulge, and immediately it already kind of gives us an in. If we can let the feeling pass, it sounds like it's temporary. Let the feeling go like passing clouds in the sky. We might be onto something, although it's harder to do than just to talk about. But in Slabodka, and we are a Slabodka podcast, they would educate that this Maimer Chazal is really everything. When a person lives in a ruach shtus, he's empty-headed and he jumps from one indulgence to the next. If he stays in his own madrega, just going after the next thing, then he will never free himself to elevate himself to a spot of not sinning. Ruach shtus is what we must run away from, and the Rambam tells us if you really want to free yourself from the terrible sins of arayas, promiscuity, and in 2023, when you walk across the street, you are still struck with more immorality than even someone who lived 1,000 years ago couldn't even see if he tried. So how is it possible to steig and actually grow? Says the Rambam that these thoughts and these feelings only blossom in a mind of an empty-headed person. Someone who lives in a ruach shtus. But when you study the Torah, and when you become wise, and when you elevate yourself, when you become an Adam HaGadol and you outsteig, then all of this doesn't even cross your mind. It's emptiness, it's ruach shtus, and then they do pass like clouds in the sky. I imagine that it's important that we always study about these areas of arayas. You watch the Vayemoyin videos and you read the books and you constantly strengthen yourself. But really, it feels to me like if you don't ever take the leap and get out of it and elevate yourself to become a next level person, then God forbid a person could fall back to it. Let the ruach just pass by. Elevate yourself. Buy into Torah. Become smart. Become wise. Become elevated. Become a kadosh. And when that happens, the ruach shtus is just totally impractical and passes right through a person's mind.